野良犬が心すらなくしたか。ああ、共に来るか、飢えた狼よ。
Ever since the release of Demon Souls on the PS3, From Software has become synonymous with challenging action RPGs. The titles following its release followed a similar formula with tweaks here and there to keep things fresh, while still managing to have a sense of familiarity as you move from game to game. Their newest game, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, is a clear departure with a heavy emphasis on stealth and posture-based combat, although a brutal sense of challenge is still embedded deep within its DNA. The story takes place at the end of the Sengoku era, a time when Japan was in constant conflict. You play as a shinobi referred to as Wolf, who serves a young lord with a powerful bloodline that allows those who die to come back to life. When your lord is kidnapped by the forces of Ashina, it's up to Wolf to rescue him at all costs. Sekiro's level design is reminiscent of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. It is a large, interconnected world full of sprawling twists and turns that lead to hidden treasures and mysterious secrets. Verticality plays a much bigger role in the overall design thanks to the ability to quickly grapple through the environment with your prosthetic arm, unlike past titles in which you could barely even jump. It gives a great sense of freedom to be able to zip to branches and ledges when you run into trouble, or to get the drop on an unsuspecting foe. Sekiro maintains a strong focus on challenging combat. However, it takes a new direction that circumvents expectations. Instead of varied weapon types, Sekiro mainly focuses on sword-based combat that requires quick reflexes and a mastery of parrying, and posture meters are displayed for both you and your opponent. As you attack an enemy or perfectly parry their attacks, their meter fills up. When it's full, they become vulnerable to a death blow, which will kill ordinary enemies outright. The meter also fills a small amount if an enemy is blocking during your attacks, allowing you to take out those who are constantly blocking. On the flip side, your posture can also be broken, which can leave you open to deadly attacks. This is essentially the core mechanic of the game, and something you'll need to pay close attention to in every combat encounter. Though it takes a bit of getting used to, it's incredibly satisfying once you get the hang of it. Along with standard attacks, some enemies have special attacks like thrusts, sweeps, and grabs that can't be simply blocked, but instead need to be countered with a specific action like jumping away from a grab or stomping down on an enemy's thrust attack. The game also lets you know when one of these attacks is coming by flashing a giant red warning sign above you, giving you a quick moment to figure out which attack is coming and how to counter it. Countering these can also reward you with a good amount of posture damage to an enemy, encouraging you to be aggressive. Your prosthetic arm isn't just for grappling to high places either, it's also a vital tool that aids you in combat. Throughout the world, you can find attachments that give your arm new and unique functions. It can quickly fling shurikens, or if you equip the loaded axe, it can be used to break shields or stagger enemies. Deciding which prosthetics to equip and when to properly use them is key, since they can require multiple spirit emblems to use, and you can only carry a certain number of them on you at a time. If used wisely, your prosthetic tools can quickly change the tide of battle in your favor. There are also a large number of upgrades that can enhance the abilities of your tools and add additional effects. Once again, the enemies you encounter throughout your journey are merciless. It can end your life in mere seconds if you're not careful. While defeating them at times may seem like a daunting task, with a bit of practice and patience, even the most troublesome foe can be brought down. The boss encounters live up to the same standards of excellence found in past From Software titles and offer up unique challenges for you to overcome. While some bosses feel a little overboard due to their length, they're still enjoyable. There's also a large number of mini-bosses found throughout the world to battle against. A few of these have repeat models, but they're spaced far enough apart to never really be that distracting. Although combat is a huge part of the game, not all the enemies need to be taken on directly. Stealth is an important feature, and you're often encouraged to take a subtle approach, since you can easily be overwhelmed by enemies if you're not careful. Stealth can be used to sneak through environments and avoid enemies altogether, or to perform satisfying assassinations. It can also give you an advantage against harder enemies by dealing a great deal of damage before a fight even begins. However, there are times when the enemy AI can feel a little inconsistent. We've occasionally been spotted by enemies from great distances, while at other times we feel completely invisible even when standing right next to an enemy. It isn't a major issue overall, but it can make stealth feel unpredictable at times. The subtitle of the game, Shadows Die Twice, highlights the game's central focus on death. When you're killed, you have the ability to resurrect for a second chance, and resting at a sculptor's idol will reset your base resurrection ability. The act of resurrecting is an interesting tool that can be used to give yourself an advantage in battle, or simply a chance to run away and rethink your strategy. Being able to resurrect may sound a bit overpowered at first, but the game is nicely balanced around the mechanic. Dying completely results in a permanent loss of half of your experience and money. However, there's a 30% chance that you'll receive unseen aid, which saves you from losing anything. Furthermore, if you continue to die and resurrect excessively, a disease called dragon rot will take root. NPCs you've met throughout the world will start to get infected, and with each new person infected, your percentage of receiving unseen aid diminishes. This disease can be cured, but the item needed to do so is in limited supply.
流害の調べのため、物資殿が吐いた血の塊をいただいていたのです。
Character progression in Sekiro is more straightforward compared to the Souls games. Familiar stats like strength and dexterity are gone, and you no longer have to ration skill points between increasing damage or health when leveling up. Instead, you increase your vitality by collecting prayer beads, which are found on mini-bosses or hidden in the world. And attack power is raised by defeating bosses, which awards you with memories of them. With every kill, you receive experience and accumulate skill points, which can be spent on different talent trees. These range from passive abilities like improved stealth or healing from death blows to new combat arts like the Nightjar Slash. Talking to NPCs, performing certain tasks, or exploring the world can all result in finding esoteric text, which is needed to unlock new talent trees.
お主もネズミ狩りをせぬか。なんだと。
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is an exhilarating journey that demands your full attention. Taking advantage of stealth and mastering its posture-based swordplay is immensely satisfying. Meanwhile, the wonderful expansive world is a joy to explore thanks to intriguing design and the emphasis on grappling to new heights. Sekiro often feels daunting, leaving you bloodied and broken at its feet, but overcoming each challenge it throws your way fills you with a triumphant sense of accomplishment.
表を上げよ。くさび丸、そなたの刀だ。我が忍びよ。主従の約定に従い、命を賭し、我に仕えよ。
御意。
Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.